Namaste, namaste, and welcome to Monday Midday Chair Yoga. This week is our second week of term, and we are going to get right back into our practice. And we're using stretchy bands this week. So if you haven't already invested, it's a really good thing to invest in for helping us to add a little bit of spice to our yoga practice. So taking movements that we normally do and just adding a touch of extra resistance to help build and maintain our strength and stability as we journey through life. So I'm going to pop that out of the way for now. And we are going to start our practice just resting the hands wherever is comfortable, sitting tall away from the chair back, and then gently gazing downward or closing the eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. Take this moment to arrive into your yoga space, stepping away from all of the things going on around you. Just carving out this time to devote to your health and well-being. Notice how you feel in this moment. There's no judgment in our yoga practice. We simply observe. We're curious. How is the body feeling? Are there any areas of tension or stiffness or discomfort? Noticing those sensations and working compassionately throughout our practice with the areas that just need a little extra TLC. Noticing at least one part of the body that feels peaceful, spacious, and at ease. Allow that feeling of ease to ripple out from wherever it's centered, moving to other parts of the body and softening tension as it is found. Become aware of your breath in this moment. Noticing the gentle ebb and flow and rhythm of your breath. Whenever you're ready, you can gently deepen your breath, breathing fully into the sides of the body, the back, the chest. And exhaling slowly, gently engaging across your navel to exhale completely. Breathing into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. A long, deep breath out, exhaling and contracting gently to exhale fully. Allowing your belly to be soft to breathe in, lengthening the body. Breathing out, softening the face and the shoulders, engaging across the belly muscles. A few more deeper breaths like this in your own time. After your next exhalation, just allowing your breath to fall back into its natural rhythm, falling into quietness. We're going to draw the chin towards the chest for a moment and just hold wherever gravity naturally takes us without force. Taking a few deeper breaths here, softening the shoulders, feeling that length and stretch. And when you're ready, you can raise your head, blinking your eyes open if they've been closed, and just giving your shoulders a little roll. Fantastic stuff. So we're going to start with our neck movements as normal. And you can, if you prefer a bit of neck rolling, then you can do that. Or if not, this is the sort of broken down version of neck rolling. We start by sitting really tall and gently turning to look over the right shoulder, returning to center to find that length, and turning to look over the left shoulder. As we go from side to side, we're relaxing the shoulders so they're not creeping up towards the ears. And just exploring the effect of our movement on the sensations we feel in the body. As we come back to center, we're going to turn this into a head tilting. So right ear to right shoulder. Return to that lengthened upright position, left ear to left shoulder. And gently going from side to side. Feeling our way. You can let your arms hang down to your sides if it feels more comfortable. Just to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. One more to each side. And then back in the center, we again draw the chin down towards the chest. Feel that gentle sensation of length, and then roll back up and take the bottom teeth over the top teeth to lift the chin upwards. And then relaxing down to center, relaxing the jaw, chin all the way down to the chest. Soft smile here, rolling back up to center, bottom teeth over top teeth, lifting the chin forward and up. And then back to the center, just relaxing your jaw, maybe wiggling the jaw a little bit from side to side, and then rolling the shoulders again. Oh, it feels so good to move in the shoulders, doesn't it? Now, this is a movement that we don't find the time for very often during the day, but can make a big difference. Let's go the other way as well, to how we feel stiffness or tension across the neck and shoulders. So perhaps for this next week, you can try doing a few shoulder rolls a few times a day and just see if you can free up a sense of space across your chest and shoulders. We're going to draw the fingertips towards the shoulders or the chest, doesn't matter where they touch, and then make some nice big circles with the elbows. We start actually quite small, but building up to those larger circles. And in the center, we can create a gentle sense of lift across the belly muscles, begin to draw the elbows towards each other in front of the body, and the shoulder blades towards each other behind the body. Now here it's quite common for people to stick their heads forward and down, but try to keep your neck lengthened and the head lifted. And then we'll go the other way. So starting small in the opposite direction, just enjoying that movement, noticing if it feels differently in one direction than the other. And then making those circles a little bit bigger, perhaps drawing the elbows towards each other in front of the body and the shoulder blades towards each other behind the body. Keeping that gentle sense of lift in the center. We'll do one more. And then relaxing the arms down to the side, just giving yourself a little shrug of the shoulders, and then we'll swing the arms loosely. Now I've just shifted on my chair because I've noticed I was off to one side and I would have hit the chair behind me. So do take care that you're not going to hit anything behind you. Just a lovely little swing of the arms. And then bringing them back down to the sides of the body. And we're going to reach the arms out and cross the right arm over the left arm. Reach the arms out and cross the left arm over the right arm. And you can do this with your head and chest as well, looking up as you reach out, looking down, slightly rounding as you reach across. Don't worry if you don't automatically alternate the arms, but if you can, focus on doing a few to each side. That's great. One more to each side. Finishing with the arms nice and wide, floating the arms down to the floor, to the sides rather, and then wriggling the shoulders a few times forwards and backwards. Just nice small jiggly movements. I seem to have brought myself into a little bit of a forward and backwards movement as well. You can do that if you wish. Anytime you feel encouraged to move or intuit that moving in a certain way would be great, then you go for it. And now we're going to do a little bit of twisting while we're here. So we want to keep the feet a little bit closer together and the knees a little bit closer together as well, making contact between the feet, the ankles, and the knees if you can. And then we'll gently take the arms nice and wide and turn to the right side first. Doesn't matter how far you get round. Come back to the center and turn to the left. And we're just going a little from side to side, taking our time to feel our way into that twist. And we're awakening the sides of the body, or the twistingness of the body, if you like, before we do some more challenging practice. So these are supposed to be simple, easy movements, one more to each side. Returning to the center, we're going to take our feet a little bit wider, so we've got a little bit wider base for support. You might like to get more of your buttocks firmed onto the seat as well. I was sitting right at the front of my seat, now I'm just a little bit further back. And then we'll do some side bending, reaching the arms wide, hands onto the hips, and just gently bending into the left, and then back to the center and bending towards the right. So what we want to do here is firm the feet into the floor, draw the elbows back to open the chest, lift in the belly muscles for support as we turn, lean from side to side. And then we can do a little bit more here if you wish to. So you could reach the arms out to the side and allow the arms to become part of the movement. Just wherever feels good. Softened elbows is great. Keeping the arms back to keep the chest open is great too. Still pressing into the feet with the floor. And if you wish to, you can reach a little bit further. So you can reach across the body in front of you and over the head just a little bit further if you wish. Now that depends on what your body is comfortably able to do without any strain or force. We'll do one more to each side. Finishing as we lean over to the right. And as we come back to center, we're going to lift both arms up. And as you reach up, just lift one side and then the other. Hands can be in front of the body, but if you are able to, getting them back towards the space that's over the head, lifting one shoulder and then the other, nice firm feet, nice firm belly. One more time to each side, and then just turning the hands out and floating your arms down to your side. As they come down to the side, the shoulders will maybe feel that sense of easing. So we release with a little bit of a wiggle, and we're all good to go in the upper body. Fantastic. So before we come to doing more vigorous practice for our upper body with our bands, we're going to rest the shoulders, the upper back and chest for a moment and focus on our feet and our lower limbs. So beginning by taking the feet off not the feet off the floor, the toes off the floor, rocking back onto your heels and then rocking forward onto your toes. So just rocking your weight backwards and forwards, feeling a little bit of movement across the ankles. And if you can come onto the balls of your feet and then press up onto the tips of the toes, back to the balls of the feet, back to the heels of the feet. So just coming forward for as much as feels good to you. It's great to strengthen our arches. And just the movement of the foot in general, maintaining the movement of the ankle, which is good. When you're ready, you can float your feet back down to the floor, and then we'll do opposite sides. So lifting the left toes and the right heel, and then going to the other side. So left toes, right heel, right toes. And this is a little bit of brain gym. So some people need to look at their feet to be able to do that. That's absolutely fine. If you need that data for your brain to be able to do it, no problem at all. But if you can get used to doing it without looking even better. It improves our proprioception, which helps us to balance, actually, or to know where our body is in space, which is great for avoiding falls and other such things. Lovely job. When you're ready, you can float both feet down to the floor and then bring your feet all the way together. And we're going to do a little bit in and out. So we're coming up onto the balls of the feet and taking the heels out, up onto the heels of the feet and taking the toes out, up onto the balls of the feet, taking the heels out, up onto the heels to take the toes out. Now go as wide as feels comfortable and then come back the way, angling, pivoting on the heels or the balls of the feet, come back together, and we'll do it one more time. And it's nice and steady and slow, but if you wish to go a little bit quicker than this and you can fit another extra round in, go for it. You might find, having done one in and out, that you have a little bit of wider stance the second time you do it, which is lovely. And don't worry if you don't. So now we have done that, I'm just going to angle my chair ever so slightly. So you can see as I sit back into my chair, I've got my back leaning against the chair back, and now I can extend my feet in front of me. And I'm going to start with a little lengthen of one leg and then the other. Here I'm extending through the heels of the feet, drawing the toes back towards the body and addressing a little bit of lift in the belly muscles. And if you want to, you can hold onto your chair back or your chair seat for a bit of extra support as well. If you want to, rest your hands here on your thighs and you'll feel your thigh muscles really working to extend those legs, one and then the other. Let's do 2 more to each side. And then we're going to relax the legs down for a moment. We just swing the feet from side to side. So flexing your feet just enough to get the feet off the floor. For those of you who are tall, you might need to have a little cushion for some lift. And then when you've done some side to side, we can do a little, just really not trying to get the legs straight, just a little gentle kicking. It's like a flutter. And we're here lubricating our knee joints with some small movements that don't really demand very much of the knees. Then when you're ready, resting your feet for a moment, we're going to bring the legs forward and then make some ankle circles. So we've done lots of ankle movement, but now we're circling the ankles. A great thing to do if you find yourself sitting in front of the TV in the evening, go in the opposite direction as well. And this is just and lovely practice to keep the blood flowing in the low legs, but also lubricating the ankles. Very nice. Maintaining our range of movement. Faces and relaxing down. And then we're going to come a little bit further forward, and I'm actually going to take the corner of my seat. So I want to come forward enough that the corner of my seat is supporting. I feel like I've got support underneath my buttocks, and then just allowing one knee to come in and then the other. So I'm just pivoting on whatever feels good. You can pivot on your heels if you like, you can pivot on your toes or just the sole of your foot, going from one side to the other. And the other knee will go out to the side. So one knee comes in, one knee goes out. We've got this internal and external rotation of our hips, which is a really nice, we don't get a lot of this in our daily lives unless you're making specific shapes, but it really helps to maintain the lubrication in the hip joints and the strength along the sides of the hips as well. Very good. Coming back to center. Now we'll take our awareness back into our arms to do some some band work. And you could do this standing up as well as sitting down if you wanted to. And if you find that so we try to maintain as much as possible of whatever we've got. So if you feel comfortable standing and exercising, you don't feel unbalanced or unstable, then standing and exercising is a great way just to balance out some of the sitting that we do as well. But we are going to start with the band out in front of us, around about chest height. If it's too high, it will make the lower parts of the back work. And if it's too low, it makes the neck work. So we want to keep it around about chest or shoulder height. And we begin with the band a comfortable distance apart. We're going to pull the band to get a little bit wider and then bring the band back together. And we want to be slow in our movements out and in. We don't have to get super wide. We're just activating a little bit out and in. Very good. The elbows can be a touch soft here. It's not helpful to have them locked straight. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Very good. We're going to relax the arms down. You can feel that across your shoulders. Just give your arms a little swing or the shoulders a little roll, making sure that whatever effort you've got from the practice is able to release. And here we can give our fingers and hands a little roll and the wrists a little roll as well. So quite good for strengthening the grip, holding on to the stretchy bands as well, which is useful. Now we're going to take the band behind the body. And if you've got one of those tubes that has the hand grips on, that's great. But if you've got a band like mine, then you want to try and make it nice and flat against the body if you can. We're going to take the band and just wrap it around the hands. It makes it slightly easier to hold, and the elbows are close to the body, but we've got only the tiniest bit of tension here. Sitting tall, pressing your feet down, lengthening your chest up and the crown of your head up. We're going to lengthen one arm forward and then the back and then the other. At the moment, my hands are in fists, but the palms are facing each other across the body. Just finding this length and release, length and release. Like you're punching something in front of you. And if you have some inner angst or anger to get rid of, maybe you can imagine getting rid of it in this way. One more time to the right, and then we're releasing. So if you found that quite easy, then you can relax your shoulders and there's nothing much happening, then you can shorten the amount of band you've got so that you create a little bit more tension and resistance. And this time we're going to turn the arm as well. So as you punch the left arm forward, you're going to turn the palm so that it faces downwards and then rotate back to center, and then the same thing on the other side. So we start with the palms facing each other. As we punch forward, the palm turns down and releases, and the same on the other side. Turning the arm, and that turns the arm from the shoulder as well. Creates a little bit of a different challenge across the arms. We want slowly in, slowly back, slowly out, slowly back, slowly in, slowly out. It's like the hokey cokey, but really slow. One more time to each side. And then relaxing the hands on the belt and the belt or the band down to the sides, just rolling in the shoulders. Feel free to shake out or wriggle the hands in any way that feels like it's useful. Super stuff. Okay, so we used our band in front of our bodies before. Sorry, I'm just waving to husband who's just about to leave to go on a business trip. So we had our hands out before. We used both arms, but this time we're going to hold the left arm straight and then move just the right arm out to the side and back. So the left arm stays exactly where it is. Just move the right arm. And again, a little soft across the elbows. Firm across the belly. I think we'll do one more on this side. And in between, we're going to relax the arms down, because don't let go of your belt, but so you've got the belt at the same distance, but because it's equal work, or it's it's actually, I think, quite tough work for the stabilizing side, and also the moving side. So then we come back to this position, we leave the right arm where it is and pull just the left arm out and back. A little soft across the elbows, just so you're not locked absolutely straight. Trying to keep that work feeling good to you. So if you need to widen your stance on the band, if you need to use a lighter band, you can. Let's do one more. And then gently releasing. This time, of course, you can let go of the band, rolling the shoulders or giving some nice arm swings, perhaps some rolls through the wrist as well. Very nice. Okie dokie. So our final exercise, seated, is going to be an over the head exercise. So we're going to take the band, we want the band to be relatively wide to have the arms over the head. And if they're slightly in front of the head, that's okay, it's not a problem. But if you want to widen your arms, and you can get them back if you can widen your arms, then that's great too. So take the width that feels good to you. We're going to start with just a gentle lift of both shoulders and then releasing the shoulders down. And then here, we're bending the elbows as we draw the band down towards the top of the head, and then reaching up again. And as we bend the elbows, we want to widen the elbows back and out to the sides. And we're using the band as a little bit of resistance on the way down and on the way up. So we're pulling against it as it draws the hands back towards each other as well. And that makes this work in both directions. For those who feel comfortable, you can go a little further down if you wish to. Try to go where your body feels good going. And that's really the key. If we do things that our body feels supported in doing, then we don't create tension in the body. Let's do one more. And then we're relaxing the band down in front of the body. Just gather it in any way that feels good, rolling the shoulders, maybe wriggling through the hands and the arms, and releasing the wrists as well. So we're going to move our focus again from the shoulders and upper body into the feet to make our sit to stands. So I will again turn my chair so it's easier for you to see. We want to have the feet somewhere underneath the knees, possibly a little bit further back towards your body if you wanted to. Nice and firm in the belly. We want enough of our buttocks on the seat that when we sit back down, we feel really confident that we're going to hit the seat. So, firming in the belly, we just want to gently lift the hips a little and release down. So this little float of the hips up and down. A little lift and lower. We're really active in the legs here, and the belly muscles are working too. Let's do two more. Little lift and lower arms can be used for a bit of momentum. Excellent. Now we're going to stagger the feet. So we'll leave the right foot where it is and bring the left foot back towards the body. And we do the same thing. So it's just that little lift and lower. And we need to be active in the legs in a slightly different way. We'll do two more. And this is actually quite hard work. Do feel free to go slower if you wish to. And then seeing where the right foot is, we place the left foot back there and bring the right toes back towards the body. Again, that lift in the belly, and we lift and lower. We're pressing into the legs to create that gentle floating of the buttocks away from the chair. And we've got two more. Now, my chair yogis are very used to doing these, and they've been building their strength over lots of time. But if you have found those quite toughy, do remember that you can start slower, do fewer to begin with. And regular practice really does make a huge difference. Staggering of the feet also helps us to So most of us don't do things with the same, so both sides of the body at exactly the same time with the same amount of effort. Most of us are one side stronger than the other, and this helps us to even out those imbalances and move in a way that's a little bit more natural, perhaps, to life. So now we're going to come from this floating position all the way up into standing and all the way back down again, making sure you've got the buttocks firmly on the seat and the feet underneath the legs, the knees, possibly a little bit further back if you want. Firm in the belly muscles. We float and then press into the center of the feet to reach the arms wide as we bring ourselves up to standing. You might even feel your hips gently easing forward, firm in the buttocks, and then we go back the other way. So we're reaching the hands forward as we bend at the knees and lengthen the tailbone back at the same time, and our buttocks are right where we left them when we stood up, or they touched down exactly where they were. We didn't leave them behind. Okay, let's do 4 more of those. So we're floating and then standing all the way tall, maybe opening the chest and the front of the hips, and then reaching forward as the hips reach backwards and sitting down. Floating, pressing into the center of the feet to stand really tall, and then reaching the hands forward and the hips backwards, floating the hips back down. 2 more. Standing tall, releasing all the way down. This last full one coming all the way up and all the way down. And then we're going to come up to standing and just stay standing. So reaching all the way up and then floating the arms down to your side. And as you come up to standing, you might like to give yourself a little dancing shoulders, dancing hips, which is always nice. And we're going to move, well, I'm going to move my chair out of the way. You might just be able to move away from your chair so that you have some space to do a little bit of standing practice. So soft in your knees, feet wide apart. We're going to stand really tall and just gently twist from side to side. Just a little press into the feet, that length of the crown of the head upwards. Arms floating around the body, just tapping wherever they fall. And then if you wish to, you can pivot on your toes. I apologize, my feet always sound a bit sticky against this mat. That's why they're called sticky mats, of course. Letting the arms tap the body in a way that feels nice. You know, it's quite therapeutic to do a bit of tapping. If you wish to, you can add a soft bend in the knees, a little bounce and twist, bounce and twist. Weight into the heels for bouncing, just to make that feel strong and stable. You can touch the opposite shoulder in front of you, the opposite side of the body behind you, as you twist. And then when you're ready, just letting the bounce go, simply pivoting, and then bringing the hips to steadiness. We're going to keep the arms moving, and then we're going to center the head and the hips, and then move a little bit more vigorously with the arms. So just the arms moving now, with the arms, chest and shoulders, trying to keep the center of the body, trying to keep your navel still, your hips still, your head still. And so we use a bit of resistance. We can tap ourselves maybe a little bit more firmly if you feel comfortable doing that. And then when you're ready, just softening the effort. So you sway back to center. And as you come to center, standing nice and tall, relaxing the fingertips down, lengthening through the crown of the head, perhaps taking this moment to gaze gently downward. For those who feel super comfortable, you can close your eyes. And if you wish to hold on to something to close your eyes, feel free to do that too. Take a deep breath in and sigh out through your mouth. Very good. When you're ready, you can blink your eyes open, roll your shoulders another few times. Aces. So now we're upstanding, we're going to use our bands on our chairs. So I think we did this last week as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head, and I have reviewed the videos, but it was a few days ago, so please excuse me. I have that brain that doesn't keep anything in it. So we are going to step forward with the right foot and back with the left foot. I've got the band in my left hand, and I'm going to hold the band with my right hand on the back of my chair. So here, I want to slightly lean forward. And if you wish to give yourself a little bit more space so you can lean forward a little bit more, you can. We're not aiming for for parallel to the floor though. We're just leaning forward a little. We're going to keep both elbows towards the sides of the body. And then with the left elbow bent, we're going to begin to extend that arm behind us and then back to the center. I've got my palm facing into the midline of my body. So as if I'm shaking hands with the belt. And then extending back and releasing forwards. A slow extension and slow release using the resistance of the band, keeping the shoulder blades moving towards each other, keeping a little lift in the belly muscles as well. And I think we'll do 3 more. This is particularly good for strengthening the triceps and toning. There we are. When we've done our 3, you can step forward onto both feet, and our best bet is to do the other side straight away. So where the right foot is, you place your left foot and you step your right foot back, just stabilizing the band on the chair back with your left hand, bending the right elbow so it's close to the body. Both elbows are drawn in, which draws the shoulder blades together. A little bit of length with the tailbone, scooping the belly in, and then extending the left arm, right arm even behind you, and then releasing. So using the resistance of the band all the way forwards and all the way back. I'm turning my head, but it would be best if you kept yours still. Super. I think we did about 8 on the previous side, so we're going to do 3 more and hope that that's balanced. Nice scoop in of the belly muscles. When you're practicing on your own, you can aim towards 5 and then 10. Be great. So stepping forward onto both feet, just taking a moment to roll the shoulders back and down and just see how that feels in the arms. You can give yourself a little sort of light, loose wriggle if that feels good. And we're going to take a downward facing dog, which will help to release the tension from the back of the body that we have from this and our earlier practice too. So stepping back with your feet, holding your chair with your hands, soft knees, extending the tailbone, pressing the hands down and scooping the belly in. Here, if you can, allowing your head to be slightly above your arms or in between your arms, but try to avoid hanging it underneath your arms. So keep your chest nice and active, upper back active too. And we really are pressing down with the arms here. We're not soft in the shoulders or the arms. And if you wish to, you can gently wiggle your hips from side to side. You don't have to make such a big movement. If your hips just make a small movement, that's okay too. And if you prefer, you can lengthen one leg and then the other and do a gentle sort of turning of the head, maybe a turning of the shoulders, the upper body as well. It's a really lovely way to release tension from the back of the body. When you're ready in the center, you can press into your hands, look forward as you gently walk forward to your upright standing position and take a moment here. Just let all of the blood get back to where it's supposed to be. Give your shoulders a wriggle, but holding on to your chair. Perfect. Aces. So we've done quite a lot to provide a sense of inner strength, particularly across the upper body and of course in our legs as well. Let's put this all together with a little balance practice. So for this, I'm actually going to turn ever so slightly sideways with my chair. I want to have my chair on one side, and I'm going to make that my standing leg. So I'm going to step forward on, this is my right side, onto my right leg with my right hand on the chair, so that my left leg is behind me and I've got my toes on the floor. Now, some people might want to stay with the toes on the floor. That's absolutely fine. You can do that. And you can reach the left arm either out at your chest height, or you might like to reach it open up a little bit further. And then we draw the shoulder blades towards each other, firm the belly muscles, a little softness in that standing knee, and transfer your weight. Look ahead of you at a point of focus that is not moving, and just see if the left leg will float off the floor. Here, we're thinking about length from the left fingertips to the left toe tips. The front of the body is long, the back of the body is strong. Take a deep breath in and out. And then gently bring the left arm and leg back to center. And in the center, take a moment just to release everything, let it find its right place. You might feel the blood coming back into your limb that was extended over your head. And then I am going to swap my chair to the other side, but you might like to just turn around where you are. So doing the other side, we step forward onto the left foot. We've got the left hand on the chair and we've got the right toes on the floor behind us. You might like to stay there, no problem at all. A lift in the belly muscles. We can take the right arm out, either around about chest or shoulder height, or perhaps even further up, even further back if you choose. A little softness in that standing knee, that's the left knee, and then transferring your weight forward, lifting the right leg if you would like to, you don't have to. We're aiming to find a sense of length through the front of the body on the right side from fingertips to toe tips, and strength, activation in the back of the body on the right side. The left side is working too, you'll notice. And then a deep breath in, deep breath out. And then we're floating the right arm and leg back to center and finding your weight on both feet, holding on if you would like to, or wriggling chest, shoulders, hips in that sort of dancey motion that we do to release. Fantastic stuff. So we need to make our way back down to our seats, although it's been lovely to do some standing practice. And we're also going towards relaxation. So it's handy to have your blanket close by. Oops, sorry, just chucked that on the floor and knocked a load of stuff over. You can't see the chaos that is just slightly out of shot here. So we come to sitting, and I'd like to begin with just a few movements that help to ease out any tension. So we're going to take the arms wide and then cross the left arm over the right arm and hold onto our shoulders. Now, hopefully this feels okay. If you can't do this, if it doesn't feel very comfortable, then you can cross the left arm across the body and use the right arm to draw it towards you so that you get a sense of length across the upper back on the left side and the shoulder. That's what this movement does as well. So here we let the arms be heavy onto the chest and take some deep breaths. We're feeling that space between the shoulder blades, keeping the head comfortably lifted, not rigid. And that's really all we need to do. But if you can, and you like to, you can bring the backs of the hands or palms of the hands towards each other to make Garudasana arms, the eagle pose. And then here we can do a little gentle lift and lower. And you can do that with your arms crossed across your shoulders or in eagle arms as you choose. Just a gentle lift and lower, looking up and down at the same time. So there's a movement in the neck as well. Then we're going to relax the hands and gently let them come back apart to the original positions they were in, giving the shoulders a gentle roll. To counterpose that, we're going to turn the palms out and press the heels of the hands away and then draw the shoulders back and down. So we're trying to think about breadth across the top of the shoulders, length across the underneath of the arms. I find the stretch incredibly challenging. It is my least favorite stretch. I don't do it often enough. But thinking about nice soft breaths as we move into just that sense of length, width, openness, and then gently relaxing down. Woo! Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. And then we can cross the right arm over the left arm, so the opposite cross for our Garudasana arms or our chest cross. And again, here, if you find this is not very comfortable, you can use your left arm to hold the right arm towards you and in this lengthened position to get a similar effect. So we want the elbows to be heavy onto the chest and then just taking some deeper breaths. Still quite active with the crossing of the arms. The fingertips are gripping onto wherever they have hold purchase on the body. And then if you wish to, you can move from here into Garudasana arms, backs of the hands or palms of the hands towards each other. And regardless of what position your arms are in, you can give a gentle lift and a gentle lower. That gentle nod of the head at the same time. You don't need to be in this position with the legs. I've just shifted so it's easier for you guys to see. Square is fine as well. Then when you're ready, just releasing your hands all the way down and around the body, giving your shoulders a little roll. You can give your chest a little shimmer as well. It's quite nice to release tension that way. And then we're going to turn the palms upwards and take the arms back into a very similar position, but this time we're focusing on that twist of the arms. We're going to take the arms back so that the thumbs come behind the body if possible without dropping the chin forwards. So keeping the chin lifted, the belly muscles engaged, and that space between the shoulder blades working. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then gently releasing your arms down to your side. That gentle releasing is part of the practice. If we pop out of something that's been quite stretchy or quite challenging, then our body is a little bit like brittle elastic. It doesn't enjoy that. But by gently releasing, we get to feel our way in and out of poses. We can feel what's going on, where perhaps we need a little release, or perhaps where we've really enjoyed a particular practice. So hopefully you feel really good across your upper body. We're going to finish with a forward bend. So we'll take the buttocks back on the seat a little. We're going to take the feet nice and wide, and we're just going to bring ourselves forward. So we're resting the forearms on the thighs. And then here, if you wish to, you can do a little turn from one side to the other. Some people might not enjoy that. That's okay. But if you do, then take the opportunity, just a little sway of the shoulders from side to side. And you can also do this with the hands on the thighs if you wish to, scooping the belly in, finding length across the back of the body as well. For those of you who are down here and you think that you might like to hang just here, that's fine. Chin towards chest, just supporting yourself in this forward position. For those of you who'd like to go a little further, slide your hands down your legs towards the ankles and let the body come between the legs. It can be above the legs if you like, but making space for the torso between the thighs, relaxing the back of the head if it feels comfortable. You can relax the backs of the hands to the floor as well if you like, or keep them wherever they feel most supportive. A couple of deep breaths in and out. And then to come up, we're going to slide the hands to the tops of the knees, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, look forward so the back is lengthened, and then press into the hands as we come up to an upright position. Bringing the feet and the knees back towards each other, take the hands behind you, just hold onto your chair back for a moment, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, soften the elbows, open your chest, maybe even look up if you feel comfortable doing that. and then relax back to center. Now is the time for a blanket if you've got one. I thoroughly recommend being warm for relaxation, so a blanket is always a good idea. I'm going to wrap mine all the way around and then sit back in the chair. Now, if you have, because you're at home, if you've got access to a nice reclined position on a sofa, maybe supported by some cushions, or if you wish to lie down in bed, then you can absolutely do that. That's a lovely way to do relaxation. Don't feel that you have to stay sitting in a chair. And the other thing that you can do is you can take your chair and place it against a wall so that you can lean your head slightly backwards if you choose. So now, just preparing for relaxation by closing the eyes, making sure you're in a nice comfortable position. Any final wiggling bits that feel like they need to be wiggled, go ahead. And then bring your body to stillness. Take a deep breath in and sigh gently through your mouth. Repeating 3 more times. A deep breath in. Let all the effort of your practice go. Deep breath in. Let your muscles begin to relax. Deep breath in. And surrender down into your mat. Allow your breath to find its natural rhythm and fall into quietness. Take your awareness into your forehead, feel it soften. Feel the space between the eyebrows spreading, separating. Feel the area around your eyes releasing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw relaxing. Allow the whole of the back of your body to feel heavy, warm, supported, softening back, softening down. Move your awareness to the front of your body. Become aware of the space all around you. Feel the touch of air on your face. Feel the movement of your clothes on your skin as you breathe. Feel the weight and the warmth of your blanket and extra layers. Feel the sensation of the hands resting against the body. Move your awareness to your breath. Observe your natural, quiet, slow breath. Feel the coolness of air as you breathe in through the nostrils. And the warmth of the breath as it leaves the body. Feel the gentle ebb and flow of the breath a gentle movement of the body as you breathe. Allow your whole body to relax a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back into your hands and your feet, perhaps moving your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles. When you feel ready, you can take a deep breath in, stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe stretching one side and the other, maybe yawning. Stretch the face. When you feel ready, you can gather yourself back to center. Bring your hands to the rest at the center of your chest, all together, palms together at the center of your chest. Take a moment to lengthen the body and then bow your chin towards your chest. Feel that gentle length across the back of the neck, tops of the shoulders, maybe between the shoulder blades. Here in this moment, we recognize our inner strength. And sometimes it is good that we feel our strength of body as well, as we have done in this practice. Give yourself a gentle smile. And when you're ready, raising your head, releasing your hands and opening your eyes. I hope you've enjoyed this practice today, and I hope that you go through the rest of this week feeling strong inside and out. Next week we will return for more glorious practice together, and I'll see you then. Namaste.